Welcome back, everyone, to another journey through the fascinating history of the automobile, where every car tells a story, and every miniature keeps that story alive. Today, we'll explore a car that marked the early steps of Germany's automotive innovation, the 1909 Opel Coupe 4/8 PS, often known as the doctor's car. And we'll also take a close look at its beautifully detailed die-cast twin, the Matchbox models of Yesteryear Y-4 1909 Opel Coupe, a model that has captured the hearts of collectors for decades. Let's travel back in time, to Germany in 1909. The automobile industry was still in its infancy. Most people were using horses, bicycles, or early motorbikes. Cars were rare, expensive, and often unreliable. Amid this environment, the Opel Company, based in Rüsselsheim, introduced a small two-seater car that would become one of its earliest successes, the Opel 4/8 PS. The 4/8 PS stood for its power rating, a 4-tax horsepower vehicle that actually produced about 8 mechanical horsepower from its small two-cylinder engine. That may sound modest, but at a time when even starting a car required strength and courage, the Opel Coupe was revolutionary. It could reach speeds of 35 to 40 kilometers per hour, and with its simple manual transmission and compact size, it was ideal for narrow European streets. Because of its practicality and reliability, it became extremely popular among doctors and professionals, who used it to visit patients or clients. And that's how it earned its charming nickname, Der Doktorwagen, or the doctor's car. But there was more to this vehicle than just its function. The Opel Coupe represented a turning point, the shift from cars being luxury toys for the wealthy, to becoming accessible tools for everyday work. Its body featured elegant curves and a closed cabin, something quite rare for small cars at that time. It protected drivers from the elements and offered a sense of dignity and professionalism. You can imagine a doctor driving through cobblestone streets, coat fluttering, on his way to visit a patient. That's the image this car evokes. This model also helped solidify Opel's reputation as one of Germany's most innovative manufacturers. Over the next decades, Opel would grow into a major force in European motoring, but it all began with cars like this one. Today, surviving examples of the Opel 4/8 PS are museum treasures. They appear occasionally in classic car shows and vintage rallies, reminding us how far the automotive world has come, from 8 horsepower to hundreds. It's a reminder that innovation always begins with humble beginnings. Now, let's fast forward more than half a century, to the 1960s, when nostalgia for early automobiles was starting to grow. The British company Lesney Products, creators of Matchbox, decided to honor the pioneers of the automobile by launching a special line called the Models of Yesteryear. The goal was to recreate historic vehicles in detailed miniature form, not as toys, but as collectible works of art. One of those was the Y-4 1909 Opel Coupe. The first version appeared in 1967, featuring a delicate, old-fashioned charm that captured the look and feel of the real 1909 car. Production continued until 1975, with several variations in color and finish, and a reissue later in 1984. The version most collectors know best, and the one shown here, is from around 1974-1975, painted in bright orange with a glossy black roof. The body is made of solid die-cast metal, giving it that satisfying weight when you hold it in your hand. The base is metal too, with the Matchbox logo and model details clearly engraved. And just like the real car, the model has an air of elegance: slender wheel arches, vintage-style headlamps, fine moldings on the doors, and soft rubber tires. It's astonishing how much craftsmanship went into these small-scale replicas, especially considering that each one was made in an era before digital design. Artists and engineers relied on hand drawings and molds to capture every curve of the real vehicle. What made the models of Yesteryear line truly special was its philosophy. Lesney wanted to bring history to life, to let children and collectors alike hold a piece of the past. Each model told a story, not just of engineering, but of time, culture, and progress. The Opel Coupe Y-4 became one of the standout pieces in the series. Its balance of color, proportion, and design made it both visually appealing and historically meaningful. Today, collectors all over the world seek out this particular model. And for many collectors, it's not just about the price, it's about owning a miniature time machine, a symbol of a bygone era of motoring. If you enjoyed this trip through automotive history, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of vintage cars and diecast treasures.